getting started then?
Well, you know, obviously he's a lot to deal with because of all the things he can do, the shot off the dribble and his passing. They do a great job of putting pressure on the rim, the way the bigs run, they're spreading you out, more shooting on the floor, but you can't overlook Murray and what he brings to the team. So Murray can handle, initiate offense. Size is a problem. Again, another guy that's great off the dribble, great vision, can see over people. So there's a lot of weapons.
I went back and looked at every possession that Quentin was guarding Tatum, and hands in his face, he's still making the shot. I mean, what's your message to a guy when he's playing excellent defense and the guy makes the shot?
Yeah, and that's the challenge of it all, is to have the ability to know that you can defend them really well, and they have the ability to make shots. And then what you have to do is you try to make them work as much as you can, and you don't guard great players individually, it's collectively. So anytime that you have that type of player, you know, your entire team has to be connected.
Is everybody healthy?
Yes.
What was your reaction to Dante getting fined?
Yeah, you know, I mentioned it the other night. I like the intention of the rule. To me, it was more, in my view of it, and it's tough because, you know, I thought his body position was great, and I also thought that he showed his hands and he was using his chest, and yeah, you can't really teach it, and it's hard because you don't know, like, the strength of the players also, the speed that's generated. But I thought his body position, when you look at the play, in my view, you know, he wasn't flopping.
Same starters?
Could be.
You pulled Julius with about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, that last game. There were a lot of first quarters last year where he was playing the entire quarter. Is that a new rotation for him?
Just, you know, getting a feel, like, again, you know, what we had in the preseason, we didn't have an extended amount of time, so just working through it right now, and we'll see how it unfolds.
So is the intention to build him back to playing the first, like the whole first?
Yeah, and you know, I'm not locked into it, you know, so we'll see. You know, he's going to play a good chunk of whether it's coming out at 3 or 2 at 4. That, you know, I like the depth of the team, so I'm trying to get a feel for that as well.
And also, first quarter of that last game, I understand that Grimes is, you know, his job is to be a spacer and move off the ball, but he had a disproportionately few, I think, 1 or 2 touches during that first quarter for the most part. Is that something that you'd like to see more balance of, and if so, how do you want to get there?
Well, the thing is, you're attacking. I don't know who's getting the shots. Everyone has to share in that responsibility. And I know you're fixated right now on who's doing what. The game tells you who gets the shots. It's not, you know, you can call a play for someone, it doesn't necessarily mean they should be shooting it. So when you're penetrating and if there's a collapse, you spray the ball, and oftentimes it's not even the guy who's getting the spray. It's drive, pass. There's action that comes after that. Same thing in transition. There's, you know, times in situations in which you are the first option. If it's a kick ahead in transition, you're first option. Pick and roll, you're first option. So there's different things that you're looking at, but you also have to look at what's the defense doing. You know, are they switching? Are they trapping? Are they going under? And then know what your reads are in order. But it's not, you know, like a one-on-one game. It's a 5-man game, so you have to work together.
When you see, like, you haven't seen him score, but what you thought of Dante just overall, his first game, you guys did it?
Good. I mean, the thing, when you look at the way the second unit played, I thought they played really well. And again, you know, he was another guy. I think he had 3 shots, but he had a plus net rating, so he was impactful. I thought he got us playing fast. I thought he made great rim reads. He had the heart attack of the rim, and where they collapsed, they sprayed out to Josh. Josh got a wide open rhythm shot. Like, that's how you play. Yeah, that's how you have to play the game. So, you know, you can sometimes, you know, a box score is deceiving. You know, so how is a guy impacting the unit that he's with.
Good.
How do you see any changes in mindset of playing on the road versus playing at home, if any?
Well, I think you have to bring a defensive tenacity to you. You don't have the crowd with you, obviously. That's, taking care of the ball so you don't put people into the open floor where they can get their crowd going. So I think that's important. But your defense, your rebounding, and low turnover, that's where it starts.
The fourth quarter rotation, how difficult is it when you have so many, you mentioned the deep team, but a guy like RJ who was sitting until about 2:40 left, how do you determine these things?
Well, his rotation has always been a little different just because he's playing with that second unit too. So he's got to come out at some point. So and a lot of that's going to be you have an idea going in, but also the game is going to tell you things.
Coach, one more about Quentin. Just how soon after getting him did you realize he had the capability to guard at that level?
Well, it's one of the things that attracted us to him in the draft, and the impact he had on his team, his ability to guard, along with his shot profile. I think he took 800 plus threes in college, so, and we knew that was an area for us. We were way behind in that category, so just trying to get the shot profile fixed, and I think he's done a good job with that.
Does defending at the college level always translate to the pros, or just was it
Well,
something
I think
you
his
saw?
feet, his strength, his anticipation, in the way he played in college, and he played point guard some in high school, so I think all those things factored into it. And he's got a big motor. Like with the way you see him in a game is the way he practices too. It doesn't matter. He could be pre-practice, post-practice, practice. That's what you're getting. He's got a great motor. And the thing that I like about him is, you mentioned it about you can play a great player and challenge their shot and they can make. He doesn't get discouraged. He's going to come back and do it again and again and again. And so his body language never drops, and that's all you can ask of a player.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.